Thanks for being here in our opener in Mackey Arena for this season. And I thought we played a little tight at times, and I thought Washington had a good plan on what they wanted to do and how they wanted to try to score against us. But it was similar to what we had, I thought, prepped for. And at times we were pretty good tonight, and at times we weren't. We just gave a few too many points away, in my opinion. But I thought the grit that we showed was symbolic of Akasha Anderson's play. Every time we needed a ball put away, a play made, she seemed to rise to the occasion for us, and it's nice to have that kind of a player. That nobody really was, I don't think they were focused a lot on her early, and then they had too late, but I thought she did a good job. And for this team to come together and play this well, come back, I think we came back in all three sets to some extent, and to get the win in three was not only a relief, but very satisfying.
Taylor, you said the other day something about the kind of the makeup of this team and how you expect to win every single night, even though the roster may look a little bit different than last year. You win the first one despite not, playing well offensively. The second one, you're down 10-2. What changed there where you kind of believed we can come back and win this set?
Well, I think after our timeout in that, we definitely got it together, and it kind of, like I was telling Lindsay, it kind of felt like when we do like one drill in practice, like Team Cersei +1, like we'll have a not great like rotation, but then we always come back in the next one and do really good. And I think since like that's kind of what we see in practice, and like it kind of showed out here, and we just kept pushing through, and we knew we could do it. So.
Akasha, kind of the same thing. Just what is it about this team where you find yourself in situations that seem like you have no momentum and you can flip a switch and take it?
Yeah, I think in that specific run, I was off, and I think for me, the biggest thing was just coming on the court and bringing as much energy as I could. I knew what my shots were, and I knew how I was going to score, and so I just knew I needed to come in and be a weapon offensively and defensively. But as for the team, like Taylor said it perfectly, I think that we get in certain situations in practice like that, and I think we just do a really good job of coming together and figuring it out and not letting it get to us too much, and I think we saw that in the second set.
Taylor, just to win the Big Ten opener, when you have goals of competing for a conference title, how big is it to get that first one out of the way?
It's really huge just to get more momentum into our next game on Sunday and just taking it one match at a time. And yeah.
Akasha, today was definitely your game today. During the second half of the match, you tended to be a lot stronger player, almost tying up with Kenna. What would be your biggest difference that you made in the first half of the game versus the second?
Yeah, I think just knowing where I could score early on, and just having the fire to know I'm going to go up there and score every point. Yeah, I think I just go up there every time with an intent to score, and I think throughout the second and third set, I was put in more like positions where I knew I needed to score, and I think that I just rose to that because that's something I know I do well under pressure, and that's something I like to really take control of, if that makes sense.
Even though the game was very neck to neck, this can be a question for all of you. What would you say is the biggest struggle that your team had at first going into it, knowing that this team is very close tied with you?
Close tied with us.
I'll start with that question because you said anybody, right? Yeah. Washington is a team that won a national championship, seemed like 10, 12 years ago, and they've always been really, really good. The Big Ten season starts. You're playing in Mackey Arena. I just think that there's, lots of things going through the minds, both of coaches and players and everybody involved. And I think it just took us a while to get going. They were not any different than what we thought they were going to be. I think they were very, very much like we thought they were going to be. But stopping them is different. When you look at their numbers, Barton, their really good left-sided hitter, hit 400. That's really too high when she's somebody that we've identified as we want to stop, to have them hit 400. And then Markley, who's kind of really in her first year of playing regularly in a long time, a transfer from Penn State, has 19 kills and hit 300. But some of hers were tough. She was hitting out of the back row and hitting off hands and hit high. And so I'm okay with her at 300, but we've got to do a better job with somebody like Barton. Now, we shut everybody else pretty much down, okay, which at the end of the day helps you win. But I just thought we probably gave away. I think it was Taylor that may have mentioned this in the locker room, was that we're dictating. Was it you?
No.
Wasn't you?
Kenna.
May have been
Brian.
Kenna.
Ryan or Kenna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Someone down
dictating the
there.
points. Almost every point that went on, it seemed like in that match, with some exception, was either us playing up to our level or down to a lower level and giving too many points away. So that's something that we can certainly work on.
Yeah, I think also we didn't expect Markley to hit as much out of the back row, like, and score as high of a clip as she did. So she did a great job with that, and that's something we had to adjust to later on. But yeah, like Dave said, I think we did a good job of shutting everyone else down. And there were some balls that Barton hit that were like, she's gonna get her kills. Like, she's a great player. So, like, you just gotta have your 1-2 and keep going.
Yeah, everything that they said before the game, Dave said, like, adjustments is going to be key. And, like, we made those later on, which helped us win. So
Thanks. That's nice.
I remember things to say.
Dave, how valuable is it to have a setter who can block balls, who can put balls away, dig balls? She kind of did a little bit of everything, and
Yeah.
whatever you needed in the moment, she was there for it.
It's incredibly valuable to have her, which is why we're actually probably going to start having to pay her more revenue share money to get her to dump the ball more often. We're working on a package right now with her agent. No, I think it's huge. I mean, that's the reason you recruit an athlete like Taylor is because of where you think she can develop and turn into and be somebody that their block has to pay a lot of attention to. And she is making progress in that, a lot more than what you see, I think, on the court. We're seeing it more in practice. But we want her. She has a license to attack on the second contact anytime that she wants. And then the blocking, I thought our blocking was good tonight. And that's something I think they can share. We've worked tremendously on. We've been in the film room. We've been in the gym talking about it in text back and forth, how much more we think we can do with our blocking. But she's a big piece of that. To have that size and that athletic ability in that position is what we're always hoping to get.
I guess being an older player now, how much does that experience pay off where you've played a lot of college volleyball by now and you can kind of know what defenses are anticipating and take advantage of those opportunities to dump or, maybe pass it to somewhere where the block's not going to be?
Yeah, I definitely think, like, now going into my third year, that experience has really helped me. And also, like, I know what I can give to my teammates just based off my experience. And I definitely think, like, dumping, like, I never did it last year and the year before. So now I'm just feeling comfortable, and I'm now knowing, like, when I need to do it. So